Welcome everyone, join us today as we honor the life and ongoing legacy of Andy Scott, the iconic guitarist who rose to fame with one of glam rock's most legendary bands, Sweet. So let's dive in. Andrew David Scott, born the 30th of June 1949, in Wrexham, Wales. Born into a household steeped in performance and creativity, his father worked as a children's entertainer, giving young Andy early exposure to the world of music and stagecraft. He grew up alongside his brother Mike, also a musician, and from an early age, the rhythms and music around him ignited a passion that would define his life. Attending Grove Park School. At 13, a guitar left at his house became the instrument that would shape his future. He devoted hours to practicing, developing both technical skill and a distinctive sense of showmanship that would later become his trademark. By the early 1960s, Andy was already performing locally in his first group, the Rajiks. The name was a suggestion from his father Harry, to find an anagram using the initials of each band member. Only playing 3 gigs before the drummer left, and the group broke up, Andy gained vital stage experience, learning the dynamics of playing in a band. Over the next few years he moved between a string of local outfits, playing bass predominantly. Names that crop up in contemporary accounts include Guitars Incorporated, the 3Ds, the Saints, the Four Winds and the Missing Links, gaining early experience in the North Wales scene and building a reputation as a reliable player. In 1966, Andy joined the Silver Stone Set, later shortened to the Silver Stones, who won the TV show, Opportunity Knocks, several weeks running, and gained wider exposure as the Silver Stones, supporting Jimi Hendrix on a Manchester bill in January 1967. Around this time his brother Mike, an established musician too, would join the band, taking over bass, with Andy concentrating on guitar and backup vocals. After the Silver Stones split, Andy formed the Elastic Band with brother Mike, and recorded the psychedelic-tinged album Expansions on Life, and experimented with more ambitious arrangements. The group folded soon after the album's completion, and Andy did other work, including playing with backing outfits, such as the band for group The Scaffold, before answering an advert for a guitarist in 1970, that would change his life forever. He auditioned for a London band called Sweet, after attending another audition the same day with the Alan Bone Set, arriving just as Robert Palmer had just left. Sweet offered Andy the chance to join, and he didn't hesitate in accepting. Replacing Mick Stewart, Andy, with Brian Connolly, Steve Priest and Mick Tucker, the classic Sweet lineup was formed. What followed was a rapid arc from pop confection to glam rock thunder. Initially, called the Sweet Shop, because they rehearsed above one, the name was shortened when the word "shop" was left off a Billboard advertisement, with band members thinking it sounded better without it, so it stuck. With Andy on board, Sweet's fortunes changed dramatically. The band signed with RCA Records, and with the songwriting and production powerhouse Nicky Chin and Mike Chapman on board, the partnership proved explosive. Between Andy's sharp guitar riffs, Brian's powerhouse vocals, Steve's flamboyant bass lines, and Mick's thunderous drumming, Sweet became one of the defining acts of the glam rock era. Their breakthrough came in 1971 with Funny Funny, a bubblegum pop tune that cracked the UK Top 20. But it was only the beginning. Over the next few years, Sweet unleashed a string of hits that dominated the charts and turned them into one of the biggest bands of the decade. Songs like Coco, Little Willie, and Wig Wham Bam showcased their sugary pop side, but Andy's heavier guitar edge hinted at the rock band lurking beneath the glam facade. That harder edge burst into full view with Blockbuster in 1973, Sweet's first UK #1 single. The song's driving riff, crafted by Andy, became instantly recognizable and cemented the band's status as glam rock royalty. More hits followed in rapid succession: Hellraiser, The Ballroom Blitz, Teenage Rampage, and Fox on the Run. Each song carried Andy's guitar fingerprints, bold, infectious, and electrifying. The band wasn't just about the singles. Albums like Sweet Fanny Adams and Desolation Boulevard, both in 1974, revealed their versatility, moving away from pure pop into heavier, more experimental territory. Tracks like Sweet F.A. and Set Me Free showed that Sweet could compete with the hard rock giants of the day. By the mid-1970s, Sweet were international stars. In America, their success reached a fever pitch with Fox on the Run and The Ballroom Blitz, both of which became staples of rock radio and secured their place in the pantheon of classic rock. But success came with challenges. Internal tensions within the band began to surface, exacerbated by relentless touring, creative disagreements, and the excesses of rock stardom. Brian Connolly's struggles with alcoholism and health issues created instability, and by the late 1970s, Sweet's classic lineup began to unravel. In 1979, after the release of their last hit, Love Is Like Oxygen, Connolly left, leaving Andy, Steve, and Mick to carry on as a trio. Despite the setbacks, Andy kept the band alive. He took on a greater role in songwriting and production, steering Sweet into the 1980s with albums like Cut Above the Rest, in 1979, and Water's Edge, in 1980. Though these records didn't match the commercial heights of their glam era, they showcased Andy's determination to evolve the band's sound. Outside of Sweet, Andy also explored a range of solo and collaborative projects. His first release came in 1975 with a reworked version of Lady Starlight, from Desolation Boulevard, backed with Where Jar Go. Both songs were recorded during the Give Us a Wink sessions, written and produced by Andy with Mick Tucker, and featured Andy playing every instrument except drums. In 1983, he returned with the hard-edged single Krugerrand, which found notable success in South Africa, followed by further releases including Let Her Dance and Invisible, in both single and 12-inch formats. Beyond his own work, Andy also built a reputation as a producer and collaborator, lending his studio and guitar skills to artists such as Suzi Quatro and the band Weapon, who later evolved into Paddy Goes to Holyhead. The 1980s and 1990s were a period of reinvention for Andy. With Sweet's lineup fragmented, the group had run its course by 1982 and broke up. By this time, Steve Priest was living in America, and Mick Tucker didn't want to tour anymore. Andy kept Sweet alive, taking charge of his own version of the band, Andy Scott's Sweet, with Mick Tucker rejoining again from 1985 to 1991. Tragically, Mick would later pass away from leukemia in 2002. Under Andy Scott's Sweet, Andy continued to tour extensively, keeping the music alive for loyal fans worldwide, and releasing 6 albums, in 1992, The Answer, in 1995, Sweet Life, in 2002, New York Connection, in 2012, Isolation Boulevard, in 2020, and Full Circle, in 2024, with Andy stating that Full Circle is to be the last studio album they will release. In addition to touring, Andy made television appearances, including on UK quiz shows like Never Mind the Buzzcocks. On the personal front, Andy married Jackie Challoner in February 1971. Their son Damien was born in 1972. Damien, growing up around music, would later build a career as a sound engineer, working closely with his father and touring with Sweet shows. In 1988, Andy married his second wife, Maddie, and the pair stayed together for many years until 2004. Andy has since remarried. In September 2009, Andy faced a health scare, a diagnosis of prostate cancer. He underwent treatment and, after a difficult period, emerged in remission. He became involved in charitable work related to cancer, organizing or supporting benefit concerts under names such as Rock Against Cancer. Today, Andy Scott remains the torchbearer of Sweet's legacy. Through relentless touring, recording, and dedication, he has ensured that the band's music lives on. Geographically, Andy lives in Wiltshire, England, and despite decades in the business, still tours in 2025, particularly across Europe, still under Andy Scott's Sweet, performing many of the classic Sweet hits live. He enjoys angling, sport, and quieter moments when not on tour. He often expresses gratitude for being able to still perform and connect with fans after all these years. From the heights of glam rock stardom to a lifelong devotion to music, Andy Scott's legacy endures, cherished now, and loved forever. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on your favorite music icons, both past and present, just like this. Take care and bye for now.